Hi, welcome to my channel. If you're new, welcome back if you're a subscriber. Today I'm wearing the same shirt that I wore for last video. I'll show you. It is my Let's Watch Scary Movies shirt and I'm absolutely obsessed with it, and I absolutely know that I need to buy some more spooky shirts because now at this point I'm just re-wearing them over and over. So you will start to see some more shirts hopefully soon that are some different spooky shirts. But anyway, this is my Stabathon TBR video. I am so excited for this readathon. If you don't know about the readathon, please go check out my video, my announcement video, and I will link it above. But it's a readathon that Nahomy from Nahomy's Library and Cami from Burrows and Books are hosting this October. It takes place from the 4th to the 10th, and it's based off of classic horror films because we all love horror movies, especially classic horror films. So we made a bingo board for all the prompts, and I will read those prompts out really quick for you. The first prompt is Nightmare on Elm Street, post a throwback picture of a Halloween costume and or dress up and post a picture. So I'm really excited to see everybody's throwback Halloween pictures or just your Halloween pictures for this year. I love dressing up and I'm really excited to see what everybody wears. The second prompt is Chucky, Child's Play, read a book involving children and or dolls. The third prompt is Halloween, read a book with black or orange on the cover. Friday the 13th, read a book set during the summer. Scream, watch your favorite scary movie. Carrie, read a book with supernatural vibes. Psycho, read a slasher. And Get Out, read a book by a BIPOC author. So I'm so excited for all these prompts. They're going to be really fun to do. And the goal is to make a bingo, but obviously you can do as many of these prompts as you want. I'm hopefully going to clear the board. We'll see what happens. This is taking place over 2 weeks, so hopefully I'll have enough time to do so, but we'll just have to see. But I want to share the books that I want to read for this. I will say I am quite the mood reader, so who knows if I'll actually stick to this, but I want to share what I'm thinking for now for each of the book prompts. But before I share the books, please make sure you're subscribed to both Cami and Nahomy. They're such cool people, fellow horror lovers, and please go support them on their channels. So I'm gonna grab my laptop and read from here some of the synopses of the books. I actually only have one of these books physically here with me. It is behind me right here, 12 Nights at Rotter House. But I pulled up the descriptions on Goodreads so you get a pretty thorough description of what these books are about, and I will also put up some pictures of them as I read about them. Also, if you didn't notice when I stood up to show you my shirt, I'm wearing pajama bottoms. This is just a super cozy video. I did put on makeup and I got all dressed up, and then I realized I kind of just want this to be a cozy video because as we're getting in the autumn season, it's just all about those cozy, spooky vibes, and I felt just putting on some plaid pajama bottoms and a horror t-shirt. But yeah, I'm just chilling today. For Chucky, Child's Play, for the reading a book involving children or dolls, I decided to read The Dollhouse Family by Carrie, and this one looks really creepy. So I found this on Goodreads, and the images from this book, a few of them were posted and they were very haunting. So I immediately was very interested. Warning, it's scary, but I'm gonna put up a picture of what really grabbed my attention, and it's this. Hello, I need to know what this is about. So the description says, Alice loves to talk to her dolls, and her dolls and Dollhouse love to talk back. When Alice is 6, she is given a beautiful antique dollhouse. When things in her life get scary, Alice turns to her dolls and Dollhouse for comfort. One day they invite her to come play inside with them. As Alice's life is turned upside down in the big world, she is always welcomed home to the little world inside the dollhouse. The house will even grant her a wish if she agrees to live with them. Yeah, so this sounds really creepy and haunting. I'm excited to see all the imagery throughout the book, and this one just seemed like a unique pick. I've never heard anybody talk about it, so I wanted to share it with all of you. For Halloween, read a book with black or orange on the cover. I decided to read Mine by Delilah S. Dawson, and this one is a middle grade. I've never read a middle grade horror, so I'm really excited to pick this one up. The cover looks amazing. I actually talked about this in my most anticipated releases for September. I'll link that video above if you're curious. I do these kind of monthly to share what I'm looking forward for horror releases as well as thriller releases for every month. But this one says, Lily's new house is a real nightmare. Lily Horne is a drama queen. It's helped her rise to stardom in the school play, but it's also landed her in trouble. Her parents warn her that Florida has to be different. It's a fresh start. No theatrics, but this time the drama is coming for her. The Horns' new house is awful. The pool is full of slime, the dock is rotten, and the swamp creeps closer every day. But worst of all, the house isn't empty. It's packed full of trash, memories, and Lily begins to fear the ghost of the girl who lived there before her. And whatever is waiting in the shadows wants to come out to play. So this one sounds fantastic. I think it's a good start for middle grade horror to dip my toes in this genre and see if I like it. For Friday the 13th, read a book set in the summer. I chose Under the Blade by Matt Serafini. Some campfire stories are real. It's been 25 years since Cyrus Hoyt's infamous killing spree at Camp Forest Grove. A quarter century since teenage counselor Melanie Holden left him mortally wounded and escaped with her life. Today, Melanie's teaching career has bottomed out and left her with no choice but to return to the scene of the crime. Motivated by a lucrative publishing author as well as a desire to free herself from reoccurring nightmares, Melanie's research into the murderer's life brings resistance from all directions as she uncovers skeletons in Forest Grove's past. Because of Melanie, a long-held secret is about to be revealed, one that somebody is willing to kill for in order to protect, and Melanie is going to discover she has a lot more to lose than just her mind. So this sounds really good. I was Googling around and trying to find some summer camp horror novels, and I came across this one. It obviously sounds like it's very heavily influenced by 80s slasher horror, and yeah, this sounds really good. I'm really looking forward to trying this one out, and I haven't heard anybody else talk about this, so who knows, maybe I'll find a hidden gem. For Carrie, read a book with supernatural vibes, I decided to choose 12 Nights at Rotterdam by J.W. Oker. So this one is behind me, and first of all, I'll show you this book. It's really cool. Look how it doesn't have a sleeve, and everything is just printed right onto the hardcover. And something about it, the feeling of this book is really satisfying. I really like it. It kind of feels like a textbook, but in a good way, if that makes any sense. And the pages feel really kind of unique and nice as well. So I'm really excited to dive into this one. The cover's amazing. I've heard great things about this book. I've heard it's really wild and just takes off in a direction you're not expecting. So the description of this one says, Felix Alzey is a travel writer with a keen eye for the paranormal, and he's carved out a unique, if only slightly lucrative, niche for himself in nonfiction. He writes travel logs of the country's most haunted places, after haunting them himself. When he convinces the owner of the infamous Rotterdam mansion to let him stay on the premises for 13 nights, he believes he's finally found the location that will bring him a bestseller. As with his other gigs, he sets rules for himself: no leaving the house for any reason, refrain from outside contact, and sleep during the day. When Thomas Ruth, Felix's oldest friend and fellow horror film obsessive, joins him on the project, the two dance around a recent and unspeakably painful rough patch in their friendship, but eventually fall into their old rhythms of dark humor and movie trivia. That's when things start going wrong. Screams from upstairs, figures in the thresholds, and more than what should be in any basement. Felix realizes the books he's writing and his very state of mind is tilting from nonfiction into all-out horror, and the shocking climax answers a question that's been staring these men in the face all along. In Rotterdam, who's haunting who? I'm very, very excited to read this. This sounds very interesting, and I love reading about writers. I enjoyed that aspect in Kill Creek by Scott Thomas, and I'm excited to see if I actually end up liking this one more than Kill Creek, because I did find quite a few things that I wasn't totally happy with in Kill Creek, so hopefully this one knocks that one out of the park. So for Psycho Read a Slasher, I decided to read Evil Eye, a slasher story by April A. Taylor. 6 strangers get stuck on an island during a roaring hurricane. They have nothing in common, but 5 of them will have to join forces to survive the night. Meanwhile, the 6th wants nothing more than to kill every single one of them. Join Annette, Chad, Heather, Spencer, and Kate on the worst night of their lives. Can they survive, or will the killer maniacally laugh while eviscerating them? Filled with gore, terror, and the little moments between humans that can make or break their budding friendships. This one sounds like a wild ride. It's also a pretty short book, so I'm excited to have a little short novella to read during this readathon. For Get Out, read a book by a BIPOC author, I decided to read The Taking of Jake Livingston by Ryan Douglas, and I also own this one. So I've been wanting to get to this one for a really long time. First of all, the cover is stunning, absolutely stunning. And I'm really looking forward to getting to this one during this readathon. Jake Livingston is one of the only black kids at St. Clair Prep, one of the others being his infinitely more popular older brother. It's hard enough fitting in, but to make matters worse and definitely more complicated, Jake can see the dead. In fact, he sees the dead around him all the time. Most are harmless, stuck in their death loops as they relive their deaths over and over again. They don't interact often with people, but then Jake meets Sawyer, a troubled teen who shot and killed 6 kids at a local high school last year before taking his own life. Now a powerful, vengeful ghost, he has plans for his afterlife, plans that include Jake. Suddenly, everything Jake knows about ghosts and the rules to life itself go out the window as Sawyer begins haunting him and bodies turn up in his neighborhood. High school soon becomes a survival game, one Jake is not sure he's going to win. So I hope that I really enjoy this YA novel. And yeah, that is my TBR for this readathon. I'm excited for this readathon. It's going to be such a blast. I'm going to be filming 2 vlogs most likely. And let me know in the comments if you're participating and what your TBR is. Make sure that you tag us on Instagram with your TBR. Here are the templates that you can fill out. They're also under our highlights, under our Stabathon Instagram. All the information about this readathon will be in the description. Please go check out the announcement video if you haven't already, and I will talk to you all very soon. Bye.